K.Short. Welcome to Phoenix Rising. Today I have Jay Waves with me today. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Most certainly.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
So the question is, because there ain't no waves in Arizona.
Yeah.
So for one, let's just talk about where you got the name from.
Word. So growing up, I was actually talking to my cousin about this today because I got dreadlocks now. But like growing up, when I used to get my hair cut, like they always used to go like crazy over my hair, like in the waves, and like it was just like a name I got from my barber, and they was like, yo, like my first name was Jay, and it was like, yo, Jay Waves. I was like, yo, I roll with it, like that works with me. And then everybody calls me Waves now, just to, because they're lazy, but it originally came from my haircut. That's where it came from, yeah.
So when was the last time you were rocking the waves, though?
Oh man, it's been a minute. Maybe almost like a year and a half ago. So yeah,
okay.
I'm kind of lengthy with the dreads right now, so I got them off. But yeah, we rolling with that right now. So.
All right, cool. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Jay Waves, let Phoenix know where you from, where you located at around here in the valley.
I coming straight out of South Phoenix. We was talking about straight out of Compton, coming straight off the South Side. Grew up on 24th Street in Baseline.
Nice.
Went to school over here on 20th Street in Rosier. So. It's good to be around my people in the community, and I'm just trying to put on for the city. So,
you're right here in the 20th Street in Rosier, you said?
Yeah, that's why I went to school. Went to school on Sabbath right here on 20th Street in Rosier, where I got a lot of friends I still mess with from right over there.
No, that's what's up. So, we were talking about earlier about music and stuff like that, and how you got into it. Give Phoenix a little bit of how you got into it.
Yeah, so I was always really impacted by like my parents. My dad actually had a radio station out here in Arizona, so I was always like around music. So like from a little kid, so I saw like a lot of R&B singers coming through. My uncles played like bass guitar, everything like that. So I was just really around it, and I felt like music was in my blood. So it was something that like I had to get involved with.
And you're telling me that you started writing when you were 9 years old in elementary school.
9 years old.
So describe that a little bit, because I can't imagine being 9 years old writing all this stuff down. I was too busy playing tetherball. So what were you doing?
Yeah. So I mean, like after school, like when I would go home, like I would listen to Ludacris, Chicken and Beer around that time. That was like my favorite album. Had to sneak off to get it. My mom wouldn't even let me buy it. But at the time, I want to say even like 8 Mile had came out too, and I remember I went to go see 8 Mile with my dad and my brother, and I was like, yo, like that was crazy right there, and I literally started like writing raps, so that's like where it originated, and now we're here, started from the bottom.
Definitely. When did you start running with it though? I mean, like it's one thing to write raps when you're 9 years old, but when you started like putting things together, you said like in 07, things started coming together for you. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so in like 2007 is I used to be around my cousin who produces music right off of 22nd and Chipman. Okay. So it's right over here by Broadway. And he used to produce for everybody in the neighborhood, and he had a little home studio set up, and I used to just be in there chilling all the time. And one day he was just like, yo man, you wanna rap? Like I got a beat for you. And I was like, all right, probably were there from like 4 to 9 o'clock. My dad like, yo, you gotta get home. But I made my first song, and I was like, yo, that was crazy. But that was like the first kind of like taste I got of like actually like recording and trying to make some shit happen.
So tell me more about, like, I'm trying to think as an artist, recognizing, our world was changing at the time, with technology coming through. What made Jay Waves really say, you know what, I'm really gonna go with this today?
I felt like, I used to hoop. I used to play a lot of sports and everything like that. And as I got older, I capped out around 5'10". Some of my friends is like, I got some friends that's like 6'4", and they kept growing, and my jump shot wasn't as great as it used to be. So, but like I really had a passion for music, and I just knew, like I was like, yo, like if I can't do anything else, like if I know if it's one thing that I love like more than anything, besides like God and family, it's music. So I was like, yo, I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's my calling. For like I've had all this time like where I've kind of played around with it, like, yo, let's really take it serious and see what can happen with it.
Usually when we're at a high school, a lot of times they tell us go to school.
Yeah.
And back in 07, you're about that time you're gonna graduate soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So was school an option, or was it like, no, I'm going straight for music? And how did your family take that?
School was always like an option. It was something like I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor at one point. I wanted to be a lot of things, to be honest with you. My mind was always changing. But when I told my dad at first, I was like, yo, I want to do music. He was like, yo, you got to go to school. Like you need to pick a career. Like. Pick something like, that's gonna be profitable. Like it's really hard to make it in this industry. And I was like I don't want to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I want to do. And like my mom was a little, she was a little hesitant at first, but like after they like really saw like how people would react and like what people would tell them and like my music itself, I think they were like, all right, like I really believe in like what you're trying to do. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you do it right. Like don't have anything. Like if you're gonna be all in, or don't waste your time. So that's more of like when I was like, all right, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna do it for real.
Definitely. So you've been doing it for a little while. It seems like a
Yeah,
lot longer than most artists that I've met so far. So tell me about like the beginning, the whole beginning process of this. Like not knowing that we're from Phoenix, not having
yeah,
a lot of role models or attainable mentors. How was the
yeah.
beginning process for you?
I mean, the beginning was it was really crazy. I felt like at first I just had like so much love for it. I was like, yo, like I just like rapping and playing my songs for my friends, and we'd be at at one of the homies' house and we just chilling and we playing music, and they're like, oh man, you killed that. And I used to be like, yo, that's what's up. But I feel like it was always like really hard at the same time. Like the only artist I really knew, like at least from the South Side that was doing things was like Judge, an artist out here named Judge, and he was like really, making things happen, and he's still making things happen. But I was like, all right, if he can do it, I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? If he can kind of take this seriously and try to make moves, I feel like I could kind of like follow in those footsteps, and then try to really try to pursue this to the fullest. So. But it's definitely hard though, like not having anybody that's actually ever like blown to the fullest. There's not anybody to really reach out to, like, yo, like how did you do it? Like how did you make it? It's more like you got to find out for yourself. So I feel like everybody's on that journey, like really trying to find themselves and figure out how to, how to actually get to the goal, how to get to the top. So, that's when we're gonna get there. We're gonna have an answer for that at that point. But I know it's hustle. I know that for sure.
Can you describe to me a moment where you felt like giving up?
I probably had I want to say about 6 months ago. I was actually going through some stuff where I was at a hard point in my life where I had a lot of things going on, and I was like really like I'm really hard on myself. Like I'm a really big like critic of myself, and I'm like, yo, I'm not producing or I'm not writing at the level or making songs at the level that I feel like I should be at right now. Like maybe I need to do something else. Like I did like photography. I still love photography. I was like, maybe I need to go that route. And I had a lot of people like, yo, Jay, like put that camera down, man. Like pick up that pen. Like you don't need to blow that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to do photography, cool, but like your gift is music. Like don't sleep on that. So it's been a lot of times where I've been like, yo, is this the move to make? But at the end of the day, I'm just like, nah, I know why I'm here. I know like what can be done, and I know I really gotta do it right for the city, like without any gimmicks. I feel like we want to do things thoroughly, and I feel like I represent myself, but I represent my people as well, like all shades, all races. But I just want to keep it as G as possible, and just represent the people that keep it thorough and keep it real.
So talking about that, what was the motivation and what is the motivation still?
I would say the motivation is like the love, like I'll be at home and I listen to music like constantly, like every day. Like if I'm at work, if I'm on my break, like I'm putting in my headphones, I'm listening, and like I really have like an appreciation for the craft of music. So, like I'll be at home and I might be listening to like a Kendrick Lamar album. Like God, like man, this dude just inspired me. Like he really, like had that message where he's reaching people, and I feel like that's like I feel like with like violence and everything that's going on, like we're not really reaching each other. It's like we're going in the wrong direction where you need to like pretty much I'm just trying to upbring my people, and I feel like one of the best ways to do that is through music. I feel like that's one thing, like regardless if you don't even have to speak the same language, you could be connected to the music. You can go anywhere in the world. Like people do shows and you might be in Bangladesh, but they might know every word to your song. They might not even know like what it means, but they're just connected to the way it sounds and your your energy, and that's like the craziest part about music. It's universal. Like I feel like numbers and music is universal, those two things.
Speaking of artists, who can you give me are your top 3 musical influences, or at least your favorites?
Okay, my favorite.
He's like, I already know.
Yeah. I know that. So I would say Fabulous would be my favorite artist. Since I've been a kid, he's always been my favorite. I would say Fab. It's always tough. I would say Jay-Z. And then it's always hard to put like top 3 is crazy because I know people gonna be like, yo, what did he just say? I would say Fab, Jay, and I would say currently I would say Kendrick Lamar. I'm a big Kendrick fan, so I would put him in my top 3. There's a lot of other artists. I'm not downplaying anybody, but those like big top 3 influences, I could spend that any day of the week.
And lastly, Mr. J Waves, What is your message to the people, man?
You know, I really just, like I said, I really just want to keep it G and you know, really motivate the people and get them on the right path. Let them, you know, give them some music that they can actually vibe with. I want something that's going to be everlasting and can impact the city. You know, I really want to see Phoenix, you know, do a lot of big things and you know, get to the top. I feel like we're a big city. We're known for a lot of things, but I feel like music is a lot of talent out here, and I definitely want to be one of the representatives out here. So, for sure.
All right, so what's next for J-Waves? Any performances, any projects coming up? What is it?
So yeah, so currently I'm working on a project. It's gonna be coming out in the middle of October. It's called, it's entitled As Usual. It's gonna be an EP. I'm gonna, got it coming out on iTunes, Spotify. It'll be all over online. I haven't put anything out in 3 years, so this is my baby right here, yo. I feel like I've been waiting, I've been cooking, getting that recipe right, and I'm ready for their taste buds and their ears to go crazy. It's gonna be wild.
So there would be performances after that?
Yeah, after that, yeah, I got a few shows lined up. I got some things I'm working on in San Diego, and I also got some things that's gonna be happening out here and hopefully in Texas. So, but yeah, we're really banking on this project to really shake up the game and make people be like, yo, this is wild. Wild West, so.
Wild West,
yeah.
All right. So J-Waves, where can we find you on the net? What are all your links? Let the people know.
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all J-Waves, J-A-Y, space waves. Also on jwaves.com, that's where the project's gonna be on. Also on iTunes, J-Waves, and like I said, this Phoenix Rising coming up soon as well, so we out there.
All right, thank you, J-Waves, for being on Phoenix Rising.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Most definitely, likewise.
And thank you all for tuning in to Phoenix Rising. Make sure to subscribe below. Make sure to go to all of his links right there, and we'll see you all next week.
Young nigga the top dog, keep it OG like the ramen with hot sauce. Homie making plays, he been knocking them blocks off.